on a very fast train, but then again, we have to get him in to tell us what he thinks will be happening tomorrow. Kelechi, welcome to the program. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for having me.
Brilliant. Tomorrow is a big day. You have your hands full against Man City. United didn't make it, perhaps gave you a good cheer today. Also, same with Chelsea. They are all, not doing too well. So it is your time to shine and go up, isn't it, Kelechi?
No, I mean, I'm not bothering about Chelsea. For me, they've already won the league. Manchester United, yes, they'll soon be back to their normal sixth position. That's their bet, right? So hopefully we'll get the 3 points tomorrow. I'm just a bit scared, the goalkeeper, I don't really trust him, Ospina. But if we turn up, I mean, most of the boys that are going to play tomorrow played well during the international break. I was with Alex Iwobi, and we spoke about a few things. So I'm sure they will get a result tomorrow.
Good. Just as you mentioned Alex Iwobi, he said Wenger should be left alone to do his job. Is that right?
Well, that's his own belief. Alex is entitled to his opinion. Obviously, Alex feels some loyalty to the manager. That's the manager that brought him into the team. So I wasn't expecting him to say anything less. He's a very respectful boy as well. So, yes, all they need to do is to show the manager that they really love him by playing for him on the pitch.
Good. So how are you guys going to do that? Because City are also aware of those who are behind them. What will be different tomorrow? What is it?
Well, it depends on who turns up, and it's going to be a very fast game. We need to start, on the front foot. If we start very well, then there's no problem. City, they've been in quite a good form recently, after their initial struggles. So it will be an entertaining game. I just hope that we'll pick the correct lineup, and then the boys turn up and play tomorrow, and then the crowd gets behind the team as well. Yes, we know there are divisions, Wenger in, Wenger out, and all that, but for that 90 minutes, let's just back the team.
So, Kelechi, in your own opinion, if you guys win, it will be a good one. But what about if there is 3 points going to City?
Come again, what did you say, sorry?
If City gets the 3 points, what will be the cry?
The whole Wenger outcry will go up a little notch up with what the chairman said yesterday during his interview and everything. So people are angry. We might see some more scenes.
What did
tomorrow.
He say? I want to hear. What did he say?
No, he said that they were asking him about the season and about Wenger. He said, I don't do interviews. They asked him about the contract. He was just not answering any question. So that people now start asking who is in charge. Obviously, Wenger is in charge of Arsenal Football Club for you not to be able to make a statement. But, that's his own opinion. I like to respect people's opinion. But hopefully, we'll turn up tomorrow and then get the 3 points. That's what we are praying for. Tomorrow also we'll be marking the anniversary of the death of Rocastle, one of our greatest players. So hopefully that will be an inspiration for them to bag the 3 points.
Okay. Kelechi, I wish you guys all the best. Put your eyes on Arsenal. I want to know what happened on the news and cranny. Then again, tell the person that is driving you to slow down whenever I want to speak to you. Just banging you around.
No problem.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
My problem with this game. The corresponding game at Man City wasn't a bad game until the defense collapsed. Arsenal scored first in that game. So that tells you that Arsenal is not all that bad. I've always asked for one formation from Wenger that he has refused to give me. Look, we know what this team like. We know what they can do. We know their player. For God's sake, Arsenal has not had a goal-scoring midfielder in recent times. And that is where the biggest problem lies. If you want to do that, I expected them to at least pay less behind the striker. Take off Ozil. Ozil is not going to do anything in that game tomorrow. That's the truth of the matter. Once there's physicality, Ozil is dead. Play Alex in that hole. Let either Iwobi or anybody go to that wings. With Alex in that hole, Alex has the engine to mark, to defend, to have advance. But when you don't have him there, I am worried. Because, yes, Arsenal could score first. But what happens after that?
The problem is that, I keep telling people, the problem with Arsenal is that they don't have plan B. Arsenal only have one direct way of playing. Let's keep the ball, let's play beautiful football. In terms of football, in terms of winning the league, you have to adapt to different situations. And that is the problem with Arsenal. They have not evolved into that type of team. We've watched Wenger for like almost 10 years. You know, he's been saying, "Oh, my boys are going to grow, the young players." He wanted to create a history for himself of using young players to be able to win the league. It has never been done anywhere. It is difficult because of when the times are hard, you need the experience of those players who are experienced to be able to hold that time in order for you to move to the next stage. Okay. And that has always been his problem.
Your last report on that game, because we have one more story before we go. So Arsenal and City, what do you think will end the result?
I think it's going to be a draw, because Arsenal, in midst of all these things, will not be able to lose that game. And City, knowing the position that they are now, because of every point matters. City going home with 1 point from Arsenal will be a great result for them. So they will not want to lose that match. So I think it's going to be a draw.
This is my problem. There is nothing impossible again that will not happen in Arsenal. They've been beaten 6-0, 5-0, 4-0, and nothing has happened. They've been beaten by West Ham, nothing has happened. They've been beaten by so many others. But sometimes when Arsenal is pushed to this wall,
they come out strong.
They come out strong. I have a feeling tomorrow, I didn't want to say they will win, that it will be a draw.
It's a proper joke. That's me. All right, guys. The news we're hearing that's coming to me simply says that the Fédération Internationale Football Association and FIFA are proposing there could be nice slots for Africa for the World Cup. That's a joy, if you ask me. Ahmed is a lucky man. And what do you guys think?
I know it's great for football because of it. One, it will now give opportunities for a lot of teams to appear in the World Cup. You know, sometimes for over 80 or 90 years in session of FIFA, some countries has never appeared in the World Cup. Yeah. So, but this time now, at least everybody have that slim chance of appearing in the World Cup. So, and it will push the competition now to another level. Europe is getting more. Europe is getting almost 11 slots. 16 slots from 11 to 16.
From this now, Europe will go about 16. The highest after Europe is Africa.
Yeah. So it is good for especially because of FIFA is trying to bridge that gap. People have always criticized FIFA that the gap between Africa and Europe is quite long. So FIFA has been, from the time of Sepp Blatter and the rest of it, they've been trying to bridge the gap for Africa, and I think this is another move to do that.
It's not. Let's look at it this way. It's one of the best things that will happen to African football. Imagine Aubameyang not playing the football in the World Cup. See how wonderful a player is, and he's not had his chance in the World Cup because he's representing Gabon. So if we have 9 now, there's likelihood of Gabon qualify for the World Cup. I mean, at the heydays of Adebayo, was he able to play in the World Cup? No, because of this same thing. Look at how beautiful this is going to be for them. Look at it in terms of investment that is going to come to African football. For every team that goes to World Cup, you see the kind of patronage they attract from sponsors because they want to showcase their World Cup. Look at it in terms of experience and exposure. Look at how many players that will perform so well in the World Cup and that will be bought by bigger players. So it's going to be one of the wonderful things to happen to African football. My only hope is that we take advantage of this, that it's just a draft proposal now. I'm praying that it becomes a full thing. It's implemented. The Africa has its 9th place in the World Cup, and we're able to see young players that we've never had before from other parts of Africa. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at Burundi. Look at Cape Verde. Yeah. See what they've done in the African Cup of Nations since they came into African Cup of Nations. Cape Verde. Look at how wonderful it is going to be for us to see those players in the World Cup. Let them showcase their experience, and we'll be talking of explosion of African players in the world stage.
No, it's true. It's because when you look at the smaller countries with terrific players who have played the game and they were not able to come to the World Cup. If you take the likes of Ryan Giggs now, they all played. These are wonderful players, never played in the World Cup. You know, because
it's unbelievable
because
that
of the
Giggs
countries,
never played the World Cup.
Because of this country issues, where they're coming from. You know, the bigger teams keeps qualifying, and the smaller teams never have that opportunity. Especially even there are some years the smaller teams will do well, but still that opportunity is not there.
It's not there for them.
But with this opportunity now,
look at Bale. Look at Bale.
yeah, with this
From
opportunity
Wales.
now, they can be
Guys,
able to come to the World Cup.
It's unfortunate that FIFA has been there for a very long time, and is it 87 years of having them in and all of that? This has never been kissed by any African country. When will this happen? Perhaps we'll ponder about this next week, but then again, we would appreciate if this will be kissed by an African country. But before we do that,
that will be the time we put our leagues.
well, isn't it?
Well, then we can advance players from there.
But before then, let's quickly run to Tunde. Today's game, he has been hiding, but we'll try to clap him. Chelsea lost today, so he has been hiding. The producer has grabbed him. We have just 3 minutes to round up, but then again, I wanted us to speak with him. Let me see the face of Tunde. Tunde, welcome to ABC Sports. How are you doing?
Good evening, I'm doing all right, thank you.
Brilliant, Tunde. Chelsea lost by 2-1. Your analysis, Tunde.
I would rather focus on the brilliant goal that was scored by Leicester City, and I will not talk about the C words today.
So, okay, anyways, on a more serious note, I mean, what really happened?
I think it was a blitz. It was an interesting game, a game where Crystal Palace, knowing Sam Allardyce and how he always sets his team out, he managed to get 2 very lucky goals at the very beginning of the game, and he decided to shut up shop. They defended resolutely, very determinedly, and very professionally, and the goalkeeper made 11 saves, point-blank saves from the game. So full credit to Crystal Palace. They were well worthy of the win because they defended well. They took their chances and defended the whole of the game.
Good. Before I allow you go tomorrow, Arsenal City, your analysis.
For me, it's Alex Iwobi versus Kelechi Iheanacho. I strongly hope that, whatever would happen with Arsene Wenger at the end of the season, he deserves to go out on a high. And therefore, I hope his players will turn up tomorrow and at least do some credit to the service of 21 years that man has put in. I'm tipping Arsenal to carry the day tomorrow.
Good. And African soccer, what is the latest? I mean, you guys have selected the players quickly.
We have our 3 nominees, which would be Wilfred Ndidi from Nigeria and Leicester City, Riyad Mahrez from Leicester City, Algeria, and Wilfred Zaha, who was one of the ones who put a knife through my heart this evening for Crystal Palace and Ivory Coast.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tunde. Hope we speak to you next week. It's very important we speak to you next week. Thank you very much.
I'm sure Mourinho will not like what Tunde has said. Because once that 3 points go to Arsenal tomorrow, it's back to normal.
It's back to normal. Guys, we need to wrap up the show. Your final word, Tony.
I think it's still based on Nigeria, and then it's high time we find a way to be able to, have good governance and good administrative output in Nigeria in terms of sports and governance.
Idris?
I wish the god of soccer is in favor of Arsenal tomorrow.
the god of soccer will only remain with those who do it right. Let's be sure you have enjoyed this. Let's do the same time next week when another 1 hour 30 minutes will be talking sports. A very big thank you to Uche, and of course not forgetting all of them that are at the back of the camera. You just see us do the talking. There are so many people working there as well, making sure that things go very well. I haven't changed my name, I won't. On the day I do, you will be the first to know. Chris Obukwal is my name. So long, everybody. Bye-bye now.